welcome back to the final episode of the Bad Questions, Worst Answers podcast. Each week I, Connor, along with my friend Charlie, present a bad question to the others. Then as a group we attempt to explore these bad questions with the worst answers. Today we have another special guest on, my lovely girlfriend, Sarah, another diversity hire for the pod. I love that we're getting more women in here.
We quit over some sensitive comments and inappropriate text messages that were sent on our work numbers, and so we had to. She's moving on. There's public apologies out there, and Sarah's in.
Hopefully, some bad things don't happen with this new diversity hire, Lydia.
I think we've all learned our lesson.
What a mess that the whole situation was. Yeah, that was bad.
Totally.
All right. So before we get into the questions, let's start off with what's up with Brett. Do we have any updates on Brett?
Okay. Let me take a step back. This last week has been sort of a self-care week for me. You know, I've just been trying to focus on me, get what I need out of life. I think before that I was getting, I was getting too involved in other things. I was letting my attention be drawn elsewhere. I wasn't close with the people I should be close with.
Yeah.
And this week I've just been, focusing on rebuilding those relationships, rebuilding me. And honestly, step one to that was stop talking to Brett. So I can't say anything about what Brett's up to, frankly.
For fuck's sake.
Am I out?
Sarah's out of the podcast.
Damn it. Well, what was that?
Ruined my whole... Yeah, she...
Sorry, continue.
Flew over my hard drive. You know what? We're putting this in just to show your...
We never cut. It's a policy.
Yeah, we really never cut. Anyway. Yeah, honestly, last week I said I was going to call Brett. I thought about it, and I just thought that was too much legwork, too much, just emotional toll on me, just like so much I was like, just nagging and frankly I don't want to deal with that, and it was a hassle that I didn't want to deal with, so I kind of took up your route, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna block everything from my phone. Namely, I just blocked Brett from my phone, and I just took those steps, rebuild those relationships, text the people that I wanted to text, talk to the people that I wanted to talk to. And frankly, I had a pretty good week. Other than that, what Brett's up to, I have no clue. But I assume
so good. We got a lot out of that bit then.
Yeah.
What's Brett up to? We don't know.
We don't know. We'll probably have more information. I just know it's fuck Brett. It's something worthless, something not worth our time. At least this week, because this will come out the day after Halloween. So.
Ooh.
I know, it's a pretty spooky episode.
I want to make it known on the pod that I had to turn down 8 separate epic party invites to record this pod tonight.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Not one did I receive. Not a single invite.
Yeah, me either. I didn't get any invites as well.
Sarah,
did you?
I was trying to... Actually, I did get a couple.
Actually?
Yeah.
From who? Don't say their name.
I'm gonna bleep it out.
We don't edit.
Your name, number, address. Nah, just people at work.
Totally, yeah.
That sounds epic.
Glad I have the social life that you do. Anyway, let's get into... speaking of Halloween, let's get into my question. Is there a popularity shift towards Halloween? If so, why?
So are you talking in the last couple of years or in our generation? Can you put some context to that?
Yeah, probably towards the last couple of years, probably this past decade. I don't know. I kind of the reasoning behind it is that I've seen I don't know if it's just cuz when you're a kid, these things are more prominent, but I feel like when I was a kid in the 2000s, Christmas was the holiday to function, and as I've gotten older, more towards into college, Halloween seems to be this big thing. There's personalities that are kind of cultivated around Halloween. Definitely not Sarah's,
Definitely not mine. I just, when you were saying that was like reminding me of like, yeah, when I was like 2 to 10, everyone dressed up like Santa at Christmas. But now it's like everyone is being Halloween characters on Halloween. It's so crazy. Anyways.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
weird how
it's really weird how that happens. Anyway, what was your follow-up to that?
I thought Charlie was gonna say something.
I got nothing. Let me shift back to you, Connor.
Okay, I knew where I was gonna pick up. Yeah, just like I feel like towards like once I got into college, Halloween just became this like very prevailing holiday that everyone was like, oh, like I gotta like dress up and like there's like parties, there's all these ragers happening associated with Halloween.
That's what I was gonna speak to on your topic. Is I don't know if it's more popular like now than it was 2 years ago, or if it's just that now we're in college. It's more prominent because it's like a great opportunity to dress up like a bunny and get drunk.
Yeah, sexy cop.
Yeah.
It's definitely like the sex appeal. Like at Christmas, you're not going to see people being like, oh, I'm Santa's little elf. Like, let's go to a party.
Or I'm like Mr. Well, I would dress up as like Mr. Claus with like with like lumberjack gear, and I'd get really jacked for it. And I would make an Instagram and the caption would be like Santa's here, and I would just
I want to get a 2-man reindeer costume.
Yeah. Oh,
that's top of my list.
Would you be the front or the back?
See, okay, this is a discussion I've had many times because I have a friend and we've both very dearly wanted to invest in a 2-man horse costume for a long time. We have no use for it, but it just seems like a good thing to have on hand.
Yeah.
And we always argue about which is where you want to be, and I really don't know. So I'm open to taking suggestions.
Yeah, it's like, do you want to sniff that person's ass, or like does
do you want them to sniff?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you want to be offering your ass or investigating someone else's?
It's a lot like prison.
That's like life, though. you really caught in that trap every day. We just don't know it.
The other thing is, do you want to be in charge of like where you're going, or just sort of like carelessly left behind? I'm almost thinking back. I kind of lean back, I think.
I agree.
All right, good.
I just want to shift back toward my Mr. Claus costume.
Definitely got
lumberjack. I would just have this huge bulge, just like massive. Like I wouldn't even like be like half choked. I would just like, bam, there it is.
There we go.
Yeah, sexy Santa, sexy Mr. Claus. Could I do, honestly? I could do that for Halloween and Christmas.
That'd be funny if you did that for Halloween.
It'd be a good costume.
Yeah, you'd be like the guy at the party. Everyone's like, dude, I want to fucking talk to Santa.
Yeah. And, yeah, I was going to say something else, but that probably wouldn't be
appropriate?
Yeah.
Like what?
I would be like, oh, they would want to fuck me. But, you know, that...
that definitely wouldn't be appropriate, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
No, we said that last week, and now we have a new hire.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that gets us in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Good thing we avoided that. Yeah, now, I don't know. I still, like, I'm, like, half and half on whether it's just, like, I'm, like, we're getting older, and that's why, like, it just kind of, like, popularity shift towards, like, your interests and just, like, the people around you. So I don't know if it's just, like, the people I'm around, or it's just, like, yeah.
I would say Halloween's just more fun on a lot of fronts, because there's, like, so many ways you can go with it. Like, you don't have to celebrate it. You can celebrate it. You can dress up. You don't have to.
Well, that's like any holiday.
Yeah, but I agree with that. That was bad reasoning. But what I would say is, like, I don't know. It's just fun. It's just weird. It's a weird holiday. Like, technically, it's not necessary to celebrate.
Yeah.
So it's just.
I think that's a big part of it. It's tough to like find a. It's not like, you know, Christmas where there's a lot of different like holidays that sort of are just encompassed in that winter break period, or Thanksgiving where it's like, you know, American and sort of, you know, unique in that way. Like anybody can do Halloween and it's chill. I think maybe there's also something about where it falls in the calendar. It's sort of like the last hurrah before winter starts, you know?
Yeah, it truly is. Well, I mean, we've gotten snow here, so I guess it's like, I don't know. Once like snow falls, I immediately I'm taken out of the fall effect.
What do you think is like the most celebrated holiday? Part of me thinks Christmas. It might be Halloween because, like, non-religious people celebrate.
Is this just in the U.S.?
It has to be because I don't know. I'm not educated enough.
Yeah, me either.
It might be Halloween then.
I think it might be.
Or pretty much every kid does it.
Right.
I think part of me though thinks that like Halloween is especially prominent with our generation because there's so much, like, not to get too, like, big brain here, but there's so much, like, shit in the world to where everyone's just like, I'm gonna dress up as, like, sexy nurse. And
I'm gonna be a leprechaun with a big dick.
Yeah.
Connor, that's what you should be.
A leprechaun with a big dick? Okay, I'll be Santa with a big dick one day, and then a leprechaun with a big dick the other day.
Wow, a couple of great options there.
Yeah. I know.
You know what I said?
I wonder where the big dick will be, but it's.
What if Sarah's the big dick? You're the leprechaun, and she's the big dick.
Oh shit.
Oh, that one hit too deep. I just texted him today. I was like, I want to be Ginny Weasley and have him be Harry Potter. I think that would be so funny.
That's pretty epic. That is pretty epic.
If he was Harry Potter, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, but I don't have like I don't know.
Scar?
Yeah, I don't have a scar. Yeah, it's not like you can just draw those things on with
makeup. No, I was gonna say that has to be. You have to have it.
Yeah, you have to have it or you don't.
I mean, it's like you're dressing up if you don't have the scar.
Oh man! All right, yeah. Halloween. I don't know. I just think like it's. I don't like. I don't know. I just like want to get this answered. Like I don't know if it's just because like I'm getting older and like people just like want to get like their dicks wet on Halloween, or it's like it's just like my group of people, like it's just like our generation, like we just want to forget about like George Soros running the world, and like yeah.
I think that's too much. I think it's more about sexy bunny, leprechaun with big dick.
But can't those things be like intertwined though? Like, can't you want to be like a sexy bunny because of like the existential
George Soros?
Yeah, because of like the existential like crises in the world.
Maybe the escapism is a nice thing.
Yeah, I mean that's why they made like the Black Eyed Peas made the music they did in like the like early 2010s, like late 2000s, because.
Leprechauns
like,
with big dicks.
Yeah, leprechauns with big dicks, and like the 2008 housing crisis happens, and like that whole depression was going on, so everyone just like wanted to hear about like Black Eyed Peas having a good time.
I didn't know that. Oddly, that ties in with my question for next week. So if we can hold on to that bit. I think maybe that's part of it. I don't think anybody's consciously thinking that. But yeah, maybe stuff's just so bad, like it's sort of nice to just be able to sort of escape into a character for the night and lose that. I don't know.
Sarah, since like since you're so big into Halloween, like what like makes you don't have, what like makes you what makes like you so attracted to Halloween in like the first place?
Well, truthfully, I like the color black, and I like the fall. Well, I like the fall too because I'm very white. I don't look good in the summer. I only look good in the fall and winter. So that is a big portion of why I love the season. But I do like Halloween. I just think Halloween's fun. Like, it's lots of weird stuff, which is fun. I mean, I'm not really into, like, Satanistic stuff, but I do find it interesting.
That's not all off the table yet.
Right, yeah. Yeah. We haven't completely disregarded.
The question didn't quite hint at that.
Yeah.
Sort of just found your own way there.
But there's just a lot to have fun with, I'd say. More so even than Christmas, because Christmas is like, you're doing this to, like, praise God and
well,
and
when I think of
like,
Christmas, when I think of Christmas, I'm like, I'm gonna get fucked up on the presents that Santa got me.
Really?
Yeah.
But you get nice presents though. I don't get anything for Christmas.
Yeah, I guess that is the place I grew up in. Yeah. Or the circumstances that I grew up in.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think the deviance is an interesting point. Like, just not deviance, but like just sort of the excuse to kind of do odd or unusual things, like be the big dick leprechaun or sexy bunny.
This night we're being bad.
Yeah, we're breaking all the rules.
This night we're getting a little bit naughty.
Oh yeah.
Big dick Santa Claus.
Yeah, I think that stuff
early.
Charlie, what were you gonna say?
I think that's probably it. I mean, obviously, I'm no expert, 0 party invites, and no desire to go to any.
Yeah, me too.
And you're the same. So we're really counting on Sarah, and she says it's because of her skin. So
yeah,
like, we're not doing great in terms of the really getting to the depths of it, but. Yeah, I think that would be the big thing. It's just sort of the opportunity to go and do something different and out there, and have it be like totally condoned and normal. That's probably the biggest element.
Well, and it's not even like, I don't feel like you have to go to parties to really feel like you're, I don't know, having a good Halloween. Like, you know, you just like buy into it a little bit. And it kind of serves you.
Being a loser, like, I feel like...
Whatever, dude. Anyways, so...
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I don't think me doing my late homework tonight is really going to get me into the spirit.
Well, it's like theater, you know, where it's like, if you don't buy into it, it's bad. It's a bad time. But it's
That's
like,
true.
if you just go for it, you have a good time with it, it's a great time, so...
Connor, I don't know if you know this, but Sarah and I were both in theater in high school, so we sort of have that mutual connection going back.
Oh, you got to bleep that out, huh?
Nah, it's alright. It's fine. Alright. Charlie, do we want to get into your question?
Connor, it's funny you asked. I was just thinking now would be a great time to get into my question.
I'm glad we're on the same wavelength.
We're so connected. Bro, it's just like crazy.
Oh, dude!
Maybe, actually, kind of going off that. Since we're so connected, just 2 great bros. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, if I asked you, or this could go any direction, but if one of us asked the other to, like, drop out of school and go down in some kind of a, like, you know, some sort of venture, like we hardcore go into making a movie or something like that, or we, I don't know, go on a road trip and do something. What would that activity be, and like, would you do it?
I would say yeah. I feel like it would have to be like a double whammy to like we move someplace and we do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like there's so many like conception stories of like these like great projects or just like great things being brought out to where like, yeah, like I just like moved to like whatever the fuck, like Utah, and just like hunkered down with me and my buddy and just like made this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I feel like it'd have to be like something like that. Just, yeah, it would have to like, I would have to be so far removed from like my own life to help create this one thing.
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting point that I hadn't thought of, but I think it's super true. Like, it'd have to be like we go get a place in Colorado or something like that, and then like dig into it. Yeah, that sense of going elsewhere probably makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I'm pretty inclined. I think I would definitely do it too. Like I would drop out probably way sooner than I should and go in on something dumb. That was sort of where the question came from. It's like I sort of want to. Like I'm actively looking for the thing that I could drop out of school to go hard into.
No, I'm the same exact way. I've had that like thought for like the past like year where I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, but like I can't see myself like being in school for much longer, even though I'm a junior for some reason. Like I don't like YouTube's gonna pop off or something to where I'm like something's gonna happen to where like I'm gonna have to like go like somewhere.
Sarah, what would you do? Would you join us?
I mean, I already kind of did that. Like I did drop out of
school. That's true.
Wow.
That's true.
So, and I did think I was gonna like drop out and just work at Disneyland. So.
Well, tell the story.
Yeah, we're gonna need a little context.
Tell the story.
Yeah. Well, we gotta get context.
Well, I was just like.
Spill, sis.
That was in my junior year, and I was also like very far removed, like from. I was just like, school sucks, my job sucks, like. My family sucks most of the time. I was just like, I really have no pull here, and I always wanted to move away from here. So I don't know, like one day I was just looking up like internships, like out of state. And then it was like, oh, you can go work at Disneyland for like 9 months and we'll...
Well, didn't a friend tell you that?
Well, I had a friend that had gone.
Oh.
And so I had already known about that. But I applied to... I feel like there was multiple ones I applied for. But yeah, I applied for that, and then, like, I just remember on my birthday being like, dude, I have to get this, like, I cannot go on here. And then I got it, and I went the next year and lived there for, 10 months, and then ended up moving back. But yeah, I thought I was gonna stay there up until 2 weeks before I left, so, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know that I should have came back, but...
Well,
I did almost finish with my degree, so.
And you got to be on the Bad Questions Worst Answers podcast.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
This
is going to do a lot for your exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, the popularity of this show is vast, and a lot of the people that come on this show have a very big a lot
of industry people.
Yeah, a lot of
people in the industry.
They look out, they watch this podcast, and they look out for the right people.
Wow.
And fortunately enough, we do pick out the right people on this podcast. You know, Lydia, that's a whole different story. We don't want to talk about that really.
That one, we look past that, but generally we do a lot of talent fostering. You know, look at Brett. He's off.
He's doing great things now.
Yeah. Well.
He's
too good for this podcast now. He's moved up and on.
Well,
that's what I've been hearing in the streets.
I don't know that too good is how I'd put it.
A little,
okay. Yeah.
Well, a little bit of an adverse effect of what you're saying.
What I was gonna say though.
Anyway, that Brett.
Earlier, I was just thinking about this though. It's like there are forces though that I think pull you to things and pull you away from things. Because I was telling Connor this like a few months ago. Like I thought I was going to stay there, like, and I loved it there and I wanted to stay, but it was just getting too expensive and I just couldn't see like a path forward where I would be able to be financially stable like long term. So I was like, you know what, like let's just come home, let's just keep, and I missed music, I missed it a lot. So I was like, I just need to come home, keep learning, whatever, get back in my degree. But if you didn't see, like 28,000 employees were laid off from Disneyland. So had I stayed,
they're doing like
job.
Protests at.
I know, but they're laying off even more. I just saw like a Facebook message from somebody that they're laying off 10,000 more this weekend. So it's like if I had stayed,
insane.
I would have been completely fucked anyway. So it's interesting, the way things work out.
Yeah, that is interesting. My question is, as we sort of like look at the other part of my actual question, which is like, what kind of a thing would we leave to do? I'm curious, what was the like real driving nature of the things that you did apply to? Like, what things were you looking for, and what things were pulling you away?
I just really wanted to be out. I mean, I was pulled to, like, I really would like to act and sing. I mean, I just think that stuff's fun for me. So I was like, I would rather just go live somewhere else. And if I want to pursue that. Or if I want to work, if I want to do whatever I want to do that. Versus, like, being in school, it all just felt so, I don't know, mundane. Like, just every day is the same. I'm learning from these teachers that don't seem to know anything about what they claim to know anyway. Sorry, that's how I feel, but it just seemed like, it just seemed like, why am I paying for this, you know?
Yeah, and it's like, it's like in grade school, like, when are they going to teach you how to do your taxes, you know?
Well,
like, fuck these high school fuck high school.
But do you ever think, like, when you meet college kids now that are going to be teachers, they're some of the dumbest people you know. You're like, shit, these are the people that my mom was like, you need to respect them, dude. Like, you need to respect your teacher, dude. Like, they're awesome. They're so smart. And now you look at these people you're in school with, you're like, that wasn't true.
Well, yeah, I guess. I was trying to get into a little bit of a bit there.
No, I know.
It's a potentially very cold take. It could be a very cold take.
Yeah, because there is a listener. Well, actually a friend.
Oh, he's gonna be a teacher.
Yeah, Evan.
Who?
Evan.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, Evan. This is not you. I know you're very smart. Yeah, I just want to get that out of the air if he listens to this podcast.
Jeez, we just lost one. Yeah, that's like 18% of our viewership.
Don't edit my take out, but edit that part out.
What part?
About Evan.
No, I'm Evan. I love you. If you're listening, I'm sorry, but that rant did not apply to you. Sarah's very embarrassed, obviously.
I'm really embarrassed, and I shouldn't have said that.
Okay. Well,
wow, look at that.
Yeah,
a public apology.
Yeah. Let's not lay it on too thick. We're a lot of controversy in this pod. Anyway, so what would we do to go? What would we do to drop out of school, dude? Let's just make a movie. Let's just do it. You know, let's just hunker down, write a script, just get some.
I feel like that's like the most obvious thing. Like that's probably the best blend of stuff we do already. Or like the most logical course. But we've said we're gonna do it so many times, and like it's the best thing we have to look at. The short film from high school. What was that one called?
Home.
Yeah, is that the best we've got?
No, it's not. Honestly, the thing that I was like writing at the beginning of the year was like I felt like that was gonna like go somewhere, and then COVID happened, and oddly
enough, that the train one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You go.
I was just gonna ask what you're laughing about. You're like crying over here.
I'm just laughing about the teachers. Continue.
No, yeah, I agree. I was suggesting that in a really corny way because I feel like I don't know. It's a weird line between irony where it's like the things that we want to do are so easily like being able to be made fun of. Like, dude, let's just like go to California. Like, let's make a movie, dude. Like, we're both smart. We're both like kick ass. Like, let's just get out there.
We got two cameras. We can shoot dual. Yeah.
We're two dudes that are connected. Like, let's just go out there and make a movie, dude. Like, there's nothing our bond can't stop.
No hill for a climber.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's why we don't do it.
Yeah.
it's because of that.
Because of that. Yeah. That's What was this latter part of your question? What would have to change in your life to change the answer?
Yeah. I guess the thing in my that I was thinking of in terms of that is like if your answer's no, what would have to change for it to be yes? And I guess in our case, if it's yes, what would have to change for it to be no? Like, would you? Is it I don't know. Is it something where like you get a good job offer, or like I don't you?
It's probably like
I don't know,
you
something
have a
like
kid.
that. Yeah, that kind of a thing.
Yeah, it'd have to be something like binding.
I don't know. For me, it's like money. Like,
well, yeah, that's what I meant. I guess
if it was like, if I was like down bad, like, well, actually, if I was if I was down bad, I'd still go out and do it.
Yeah, because you wouldn't care at that point.
But like,
you're like I'm already.
But I would be more inclined to do it if I had like, just like fuck you money to like be able to do it. But I guess I wouldn't have to go out and do that if I had fuck you money. Like, I would...
Yeah, and I think if you have fuck you money, you're probably doing something to get it. Like, that's what I mean. Like, if I had, like, a great job lined up, I'd be way less inclined to do it. But, like, if I'm just in school or you know, super down and out, no money, like, what else do I have to lose? Exactly. Like, worst case, I'm poor for another year or something, you know? Like, yeah.
What would have to change in your life to change the answer? So, why don't you do it?
Why don't we do it?
Yeah, if you want to move so bad, why don't you?
That's a good question. Why don't we do it?
I think it's just the thing, like, the idea isn't solid enough. Like, we don't have anything that's worth going in on enough yet.
Yeah, like, you don't have enough of a dream to do it? Or enough
No, it's like, I don't know. I feel like Charlie and I are very, like, if it's not like 75% done, or there's not like a actionable, or if it's not like an actionable like follow through, like we're most likely not gonna like do it, just because of like, especially with our friend group, like the probability of like, I mean, look at this fucking podcast. Like 2 of the people have like dropped out. Like, like if there's no faith in the project, we're probably not gonna do it.
Yeah, our friend group has really bad commitment problems.
Yeah. I mean, i.e. this podcast. It's I mean, who knows? Brett will come on.
Who was the original people on this?
It was me, Brett,
Connor,
Charlie,
Brett, and us.
Yeah, and Colby.
Oh, Colby.
Oh, sorry, Colby.
I forgot Colby was a contributor.
Yeah, he's a producer.
Yeah.
I think another thing. I mean, I think commitment's definitely a part of it. Like, we could probably have the perfect thing presented to us and still not get it together.
I agree.
But I also think we lack like the right passion project. It's not like we've stumbled into an idea that we both adore or something like that, you know?
No, I agree. It's not like we've come across something that we're like, okay, this is it. Like, this is something that like is like worth like risking for. Yeah, it's
like we both liked that script, you know, and thought it was interesting and like had potential to grow into more and develop into a series, and that like we liked it. But it just, I don't think for either of us was the kind of thing where we're like, let's fucking send it with this. You know, like this is our life.
I mean, I'm sure something like that will come along the way at some point, but...
Well, again, we're both actively hoping it does.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's like... I mean, I think that's all it takes, though. Like, as long as, like, you're hoping for something to come along, I feel like something will, like, eventually...
Man, that's the shit that freaks me out. Like, you hope that's how it works, but also like at what point do you have to be like getting that yourself? You know, that's like my greatest dilemma in life.
It comes together. I think it's like, sorry, phone was vibrating. Anyways, I feel like it's like definitely fusion. Like you hope for it, you know, in your life when you want to change, and then you actively seek that. Because of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you say that's sort of what happened to you? I mean, I know a little bit more of the story than you've told here, but that's sort of my impression of how it came together.
Because it was just like, I think it's a mix of things. It's wanting out of where you're at and like looking to something else. You know? And then so you're just kind of like, and I feel like I did minimal effort to obtain that job. Like I was just like, oh, I'm going to apply in 30 minutes. Gone. Didn't think about it. Came back, did an interview, whatever, you're in. Like, it's just, it was not. And then I found out, like, afterwards, it was, like, something like 50,000 applicants for, like, 100 spots or something like that. Or
wow.
I think it's actually 600 if you look. I don't know. It's something small. But I was, like, I did such little effort for that to where I was, like, it was just meant to be, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, just the fusion of the two things. And then me coming back was also, because I never would have, like, gotten with Connor if I hadn't moved back.
Yeah, you wouldn't be on this podcast.
No,
That's what's most important.
Yeah.
Right. And I have a great job now that I love more than any of my jobs I've ever had, even more than Disneyland, which I loved. And I never would have found those people, or it's weird how it works out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get this weird anxiety where I'm like, okay, like, I really want this and I hope it does, but, like, is this just, like, a fairy tale that I'm, like, thinking about? That's, like...
Yeah, I'm always so freaked out about letting opportunities slip by. Like, not in the sense that, like, I've been offered a job at Disneyland or something like that and said, like, I don't know, but, like, this whole... When the whole COVID thing started happening, I was to the friend group all the time, like, guys, this is, like, our chance to, like, you know, go all together somewhere and do something and get into this stuff. Or just, you know, like, literally every month that goes by, there's, like, a lower possibility of us having the freedom to go and get an Airbnb somewhere and go on a road trip or something. And so I'm always trying to push for that stuff to happen.
Yeah.
And it's scary and sad to see the opportunities slip by.
Yeah. That's true. I agree with that. Sometimes, though, I'm just, like, I try to, because I'll get so worked up about, like, an opportunity or something I want to work on or something. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I want to make this song and I want to post it, or I want to go on this trip and I'm going to, like, spend all this money on it. And then I just feel like that kind of goes away after a couple days. Like, I don't know. Do you feel that way about projects? Like, you're so excited about it, and then you're like, oh, okay, this is going to be kind of harder than I thought, so, like, okay.
That's how I feel about every YouTube video that I upload. Now that I've been uploading, like, every Saturday, like, very consistently every Saturday for the past, like, month and a half now, like, I'm like, this is the video.
Yeah, you've been on it.
This is the video that's gonna, like, kick it off. I'm gonna, like, get 1,000 subscribers.
That's how you should feel, though.
And then I'm disappointed every time.
Because it fucking hurts, dude. It hurts to put yourself out there.
Well, it's not really that. I'm used to putting myself out there.
Yeah.
It's just.
But that's like the fighting mentality you need, though. Just like, I'm gonna keep pushing and keep making this until one of them does, because it's like. Yeah. It's like this, you know, the second you stop making videos consistently or stop, like, churning out content, it's like that next one that would catch it, you know? Like, that's just
it's so
how
true.
it
that's the thing, is, like, I put, like, so much effort into my videos to where it's like, and then, like, I just get hit with, like, well, I guess I am failing. Like, I am failing pretty much every video that I put out because I'm constantly disappointed by the results of it. But every single time I'm like, this is like the video that I'm working on we're recording this on Friday. The video that I'm working on to upload it on Halloween. Like, I probably put more effort into this video than any other video I've ever made.
It's true. Like, he couldn't hang out with me so much this week. He's like, I gotta work on this video.
That's it, though. Dude. It's like doing that, and then, like, next week, you know, just, like, keeping the same, like, consistency and level to it. It's like, that's what's gonna get it.
Yeah. And then you become Leprechaun with Big Dick, and then it
well,
goes
that's
all
the thing, though, is
there.
that's, like, something I admire, like, about you so much, is that, like, you'll, like... Well, no, it's true. Like, he, like, will take these ideas and, like, execute them. Like, whether they end up good or not, he's just gonna do it and post it. Like, I feel
that's my biggest problem.
It's
like, I think I'm a very, like, passionate person, I think, naturally. Like, I'm very quick to get into things. Connor can probably, like, agree and speak to that. That, like, if I'm... like, anyone suggests anything and I'm probably into it, and I will probably, like, put my heart and soul into it. But so often, if it's just me that's left to do something, it's like the commitment of going through the process and seeing, like, each step each time that I don't do. You know, like, I don't want to put in that effort if it's not like with or for someone else. And that's a pretty shitty thing because I lose out on all the experience. Like every time you go through that whole process, you get a new thing out of it, even if you don't know it.
Yeah.
I feel like what you said is probably like exactly what you think about like things I try to do. I feel the same way. Like I'm super passionate about it. I'll like put my heart and soul to it, and then I'm like, just didn't work out this time. Like, it's tough. It's tough to follow through with it, and it's tough to post it. Like I would say, like, I mean, fuck, I've been in school like 4.5 years now. You know how many recordings of me singing I have? Will I ever post them? No, because I think they're bad. Like I don't, and I'm like, okay, but someday I'll get one that's like good enough to where I'm proud of it and I want to post it. But Connor will just do it no matter what. Like he's like, it doesn't matter. Like what I think, like I'm just gonna post it. I'm gonna believe in it and post it.
That's like what a lot of stand-up people do, where they're like, they'll just go to open mics and they'll record it, and then they'll like post it and be like, dude, this is like the best stand-up that I ever did. And then like 2 years later they'll be like, I am so sorry that I ever posted this. Like it's just bad. Yeah. I think comedy is something that's like, or at least like stand-up, like I feel like most comics have like such a meteoric rise to where it's like they just are just garbage, like no matter who they are, like no matter how many cum jokes you tell, you are just not funny. And then obviously there's just like that natural meteoric progression that like gets you to that place, but I don't know. It's we really trailed off from
it was good
this
though.
topic. Well, I guess it is related.
It is related.
I think we're still on the question somewhat.
Right.
Yeah,
definitely.
Is there anything like obscure, like nothing that like is in like our wheelhouse? Because like Charlie, we've collaborated on like many projects that just have like a lot. I mean, a lot of them haven't come to like to the full realization that we've hoped, and all of that is probably just like other factors stopping us. But like, is there like anything that's other than like what we would typically go for, like nothing that's like a movie or like I don't know, I guess like I don't know, something obscure, weird that you would just drop everything to go do?
That's what I've been thinking about, or like what kind of opportunity could come up that we would somehow jump on. I'm not sure what it would be like. Like some sort of like, you know, like building a boat and you know traveling across the sea or something stupid like that.
Circus.
Dude, a conquest, like like exploring the world. Honestly, I would be fucking terrified of like going out into the unknown, or even like exploring like the bottom of the ocean. Like what if we got called to like, okay, we're gonna pick you to like explore the bottom of the ocean, somewhere that no one has ever gone to, and we're just gonna send you down there, and it's gonna be like a 47 meters down situation where it just like you're just fucked. But
would you ride the shark?
Would I what?
Nothing.
Ride the shark? Like have sex with it?
No, like ride.
Have sex with a shark? Where would you do that?
That died. That died really, really fast and really hard.
You really lost the winds out of that sail there.
Dude, I wasn't trying to make a joke. I was just like, would you ride the
We're doing shark? Bits here.
I don't do bits. I'm just me.
I hate it.
There we go.
Yeah, exactly. That was a bit. Hey guys, like our sponsor, adamandeve.com. If you want to ride the shark. Really? Would you want Adam and Eve?
Yeah. I'll take any sponsor.
Well, right, but if you had to choose...
Yeah, if we could get money to do this shit,
that'd be awesome.
I don't care where it's from.
I mean,
it could be the KKK and I'd consider it.
No!
That's a headline.
Yes, make that the... No, don't show us laughing about that.
Can you imagine that promo?
Well, we're not laughing at the KKK joke. We're laughing at the absurdness behind the KKK joke.
Got you. You just can't be too careful on the internet.
What would that 45-second spot look like, though?
Well,
maybe honestly, it's not good to keep going down this. But...
Honestly, we'd probably get like a fucking Manscaped ad.
Dude, you gotta edit
Yo,
this
what's
out,
up, dudes? If you need trim, if you want to trim your pubes, like if you want to get your hog out of the trough, check out Manscaped.
Okay. I love those ads. You know, when some like influencer guy that I've never heard of, and probably isn't even an influencer, I always just assume they're like fake influencers and they just pull it off.
Manscaped does everyone.
Yeah.
Like they
I would love
Manscaped?
for us to do that ad.
Manscaped is like they specialize in like male, like I think they do female now too. Like shave like your they do like
really?
like a lawnmower like 3.0.
Is it like waxing? Or like...
No, it's just like it's literally just like a shaver to shave your pubes.
It's like an electric razor for your balls.
Yeah, I would use it.
That's so interesting. Do people really use that?
Oh, it's huge.
It's convincing too.
Yeah,
like,
it's
really?
and it's honestly like a.
Can you show me?
Yeah, we can. I'll pull
this up.
Manscaped.
Yeah, I definitely want to see.
This is man on
It's honestly like a pretty convincing pitch, and if I didn't, it's more like a pride thing that I don't buy it.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you
I'm just like I can't be part of that.
Yeah. Do you like your pubes?
Do you like your pubes?
I don't have a special fondness for them. I don't think.
Okay.
Like, do you try to keep it like like trimmed, or like do you sometimes just like let it go wild?
Well, I just feel.
No, I try and keep it trimmed. It just gets like annoying if it's. Yeah.
Let me frame the question like this. I find it really interesting to find how like men like treat that subject. Like if they're like, oh, I should or I shouldn't, just because I really don't know. Because I feel like women are like, you should definitely shave your pubes.
I try to keep like I don't try to like trim it like till like it's like naked, like, but I try to keep like a good, you know, like lawn there to where like nothing that's like it's kempt.
Right. Okay.
Well, and that's the thing too, because if you take it back to just skin, then it's going to be like really itchy for a while, or at least that's my experience. Like if you take it all the way back, then it's going to be itchy. So you want to get that middle ground.
And then it's unbearable. Like those first like few days.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
Is she watching the end?
Yeah, she's looking at like Manscaped pictures.
All I'm seeing is like guys with abs with like with like a razor, but I'm not.
That's a big part of the pitch is the abs you get. Yeah, evidently.
I'm gonna lose so much weight once I get a Manscaped.
Once you use Manscaped.
Once I have this razor.
Yeah, once I have
this razor, dude, I'm gonna have a 6-pack. Why do male porn stars manscape?
Okay, let's get you off of that.
Yeah, now we've really lost the question.
Yeah. We
porn? Would that be our out there thing?
You guys talked about porn on the podcast yet?
No, I think this is
unprecedented territory.
This is untread ground here that we're going on to porn. Honestly, yeah, I would probably go out to. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't drop everything to do porn, but.
Right. If you were okay, so. If I came to you in your DMs today and I was like, Connor, I will give you $100 to like give me head on video, you would do it? Like if you didn't know me, if I was a stranger, sorry.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my god!
For fuck's sake, you're gonna break my hard drive.
That just like shocked me. Would it matter if I was like completely like fucking gross? If I was like,
if you were like a swamp monster.
Yeah, if I was a swamp monster, would you still do it for $100?
No.
For $100?
No. If you were a swamp monster, no.
Oh damn.
And you probably was like.
Connor, what do you and I have to contribute to the porn industry? If we were to hypothetically pick it all up, move to, I don't know where porn happens, like Malibu or something like that?
No, it happens in like Florida, dude, because there's no laws. I watched this documentary.
There's no laws.
Does it actually happen in Florida?
No, because this is really interesting. Okay, so I watched this like documentary with Emma the other day, and it was
okay, who's Emma?
Emma Thomas, my roommate. We also all went to high school with her. Yes. Anyways.
We gotta preface these things while we're on
a professional podcast. Bleep her name out. Anyway.
Emma.
Yeah. But we'll
get her on the pod.
Yeah.
We watched this
should get Emma on
documentary. She would love that. But we watched this doc, and it was
I don't think Emma
girls.
likes me very much. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
No, you're good. We can continue this, though. She would love to hear this bit. Anyway, we watched this doc, and it was about girls who are 18 years old from, like, small towns. And they move like to Florida to do.
And do you have a town name or a zip code or anything like this? Detail.
They just move there and like.
Do you have a name on this?
They're getting paid they're getting paid like absolutely dumb money, like $50.
Did they mention a number you can call or?
Oh yeah,
anything?
it's ridiculous. Mia Khalifa, who's like this huge porn star,
right.
She did like 12 videos and got like $12,000 from it. And, like, she has, like, this whole change.org thing where it's, like, save Mia Khalifa from Pornhub or whatever. So she can get reimbursed for her money back.
Well, she can't, though, because the issue is they'll make all these girls sign, you are getting paid this amount for this service. You cannot make any money after that. So they'll sign because they're like, oh, I'm 18. I have zero money. I want $500.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so.
And it's not like YouTube where you're making, like, residuals from it.
No, yeah, it's porn. It's different, and it's kind of backstreet weird. Like, a lot of
big dicks around that I, frankly, would feel a little bit too uncomfortable to...
No, and this is another fun fact is girls, 6 months after they, like, it was something stupid, like, 75% of girls who entered the porn industry after 6 months have to do, like, fetish work because they're already too old or their videos are outdated. These are like 18-year-old girls, so they'll go into it for 6 months, and then they have to like have sex with somebody who's like 50, like in order to still have work.
It sounds like classic, like because it's not legal, you know, or it's not illegal obviously, but because it's not like a regulated industry, like it just runs wild and is shitty. It's the whole reason you like legalize things so then you can regulate them and keep them like under control.
Well, and it's kind of like it almost reminds you of actresses too, because or actors, you know, whatever. You know, when you go to Hollywood and they're like, "Well, suck my dick, I'll put you in a movie." And they're like,
Harvey.
Fuck, it's a minute of my life, okay.
Harv, man, what a guy. He just got a bad rap.
Yeah.
God.
We're really making bad jokes here.
This is a bad pod. Maybe we just cut this one. Just bleep the whole thing.
This is like a good bad pod.
But yeah, it almost reminds you of that, because then they go to actually the porn industry and they're there for 2 seconds and there's so many people to replace them that they're like, why would we keep you? Like, we'll just hire a new girl.
Yeah. Okay, so what would Connor and I be able to bring to it? Did your documentary watching give you any idea if Connor and I were to head into the porn... God. If Connor and I jumped into the porn industry, what could we bring?
You guys both have good teeth and you're white guys. So I feel like...
Well, I feel like...
Yeah, but you're like, you guys are both...
So we're in a very saturated market, is what you're saying. A saturated market, and we're not really the top of that market.
Dude, but that's awesome for white guys, though. I feel like.
What about black men?
Because you're the majority, dude. You're like white guys who are cute, like, you know.
Why is this about
funny.
race?
It's not. It's just like, you know.
Why?
This is what you're about.
You're a white woman. Suck my dick. Like, it's like, what? Woman. You know.
Sarah, would you go into porn with Connor? Would you do like a couples porn
yeah, would we
thing?
do a couples porn channel?
No. Never.
Yeah, I would surpass the channel.
I don't think you could pay me straight up. You could not pay me enough money to do that.
You literally just talked about doing an OnlyFans like 2
but
weeks
that's
ago.
Like that would be different.
No,
I was joking.
It's still porn.
I was
People are still
joking.
jerking off to you.
First off, I was joking, but second, I was like, it was like. I was like coming out of the pool, like pushing myself up. I'm like, this is going on my OnlyFans. And then Connor was like, oh, you're not on OnlyFans. But yeah, that's different though, I feel like. Because that's not like showing, like I don't want to show my vagina on OnlyFans. That's weird.
Well, if people pay you enough, would you?
No.
Really?
No.
If people paid me anything, I would... I don't want to be the unsolicited dick pic guy, but...
You would do it? Would you do it?
What?
Like, if you got paid for OnlyFans, would you do it?
Yeah, do you know how many people make people make fuck tons of money. Like people like fuck you money with OnlyFans.
If there was a single guy who would give me like $1 for a dick pic on OnlyFans, he's got it. Like that's all it is.
Cody Ko on his like podcast, he was talking about how his friend just like sits on cakes and on OnlyFans, and he gets like a shit ton of money like for just sitting on cakes. I mean, obviously he's like making it like really like sensual,
sure,
but like he's still like sitting on a cake, and like people pay him a fuck ton of money for it.
Well, you know what I was just thinking is, you guys were saying like, why would we get paid? And actually, I don't think you would be... I do think you guys would get paid because you're both cute and you're white. But it's not going to be from girls. It's going to be from guys. 100%.
I'm really not following you on this whole race thing here.
I am because, listen, like the people... You might have to edit this out.
Yeah, let's not... Okay, let's stop you right here.
I got another one. Connor, could you and I do some guy-on-guy stuff?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
we could pull it off?
You guys should do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this the passion project that we've needed?
Yeah, it's definitely.
Our porn channel is 2 guys in Utah, and
yeah, oh yeah. Bad questions, worse answers. OnlyFans.
Okay. Well,
Connor's over it. He's like, no.
We're at time here. Thank you guys for listening to the Bad Questions.
That's just podcast. The end. We're just gonna fucking cut it. Wait, can we throw? Are we like at time?
Yeah, we're at an hour.
Okay, we'll save our presidential.
Oh well, I guess we can fit that in quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie, do you wanna announce that?
Yeah, we are all in on Mike Pence for president.
Mike Pence for president, people. That's our presidential nominee who we're supporting, who we're backing. It's definitely not going to change. So yeah, I don't know. When Charlie and I were conceiving this bit, we just thought it would be important to, just get our voice out there, kind of just like let people be heard, and I think Mike Pence is the perfect person to do that. So yeah. Sarah, do you have any closing thoughts?
No.
There's nothing that'll get you into hot water.
I know, I've already said too much. Thank you guys for letting me come on. It was very
Have you guys
fun.
voted yet?
Yeah.
No. I need to.
Did you vote for Pence, Connor?
I voted for Pence, obviously, since we endorsed him.
I voted for Pence.
Yeah.
Really?
Would you vote for Pence?
Nah.
Well,
you gotta write that shit in.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening to the Bad Questions, Worse Answers podcast. I'm Connor. Charlie.
That's me.
And yeah. Sarah, thank you for coming on.
And she's right there.
We almost had some
on your screen to the right of Connor and left of me.
Thank you guys for coming on. Goodbye. Oh man, that could have gone bad, Sarah. That could have. I